All right. Hello. It says we are live. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good to see everyone here. Thank y'all for joining us today. Already got some folks in the chat. Gary Mullane from Ireland is here. Mr. Blue from Connecticut is here. Glad that you guys are with us today. Y'all doing okay this evening?
They say yes.
Everybody good? Yeah. We are hanging out. Some folks are rolling into the chat here. We have a Canadian, we have Albanian, and people from everywhere else. It's good to have y'all here. It is a rainy, stormy day in Georgia. I think that was the worst lightning storm I've ever been in. And I was standing at the portico, whatever, at the Walmart trying to get to my car. And it's like Thor is coming and he's mad and everything. It was some really stormy weather today. So I hope the weather is good in your part of the country. We're glad to have you here. So let's do what?
The death dash.
It was. I was soaked to the. I mean, all the way through. I came home, was like, just change everything.
Did you hear Immigrant Song playing in the heavens? Or?
Yes, I did. Actually, I listened to Robert Plant and Alison Krauss on the way home, and it was pretty amazing. So it's a very weird pairing of those two doing music together, but it's really good. All right, Brickenizer is not here, he says, but welcome anyway. Let's head around the room and see what's going on really quick before we get to our topic du jour. Let's go to Pink Wheels. Pink Wheels, how are you today?
Off mute would help, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's promised to go to bed on time if I let her down here, so she's dotting.
Do it.
She's dotting over there. She's more into painting minifigs now than building Lego. So the only thing I've done recently is made the first person or the first one of the Bad Friends batch. I'm not completely happy with it, but
I think that looks freaking awesome.
Darn cool.
I need to go cut her head a little bit lower. I need to take that down. I know people are freaking out because the helmets don't fit very good on mini dolls.
Mm.
Okay, anything else? We got another case for minifigures. And that's about it.
Cool.
And we finally got our Lego release. The Lego August 1st release sets that we ordered on August 1st finally came on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
No, not Wednesday. It came on Tuesday. I don't remember. It took freaking forever.
Oh. Well, that's crazy.
It is crazy. But they gave me a free $20 e-gift card because I complained a lot, which they didn't give me VIP points, which is interesting. They just went straight to the $20 e-gift card, which I used on AFL Day.
Oh, that's that. Well, you know, by the way, I did see on Walmart.com you could order some of the Marvel What If or whatever series, but you were limited to 2 bags. You could only buy 2 of them today, and it said only 5 in stock. I'm not sure why you can't order, but you can get them there in 2 days. But then I didn't order anything because I wanted free shipping. You have to have $35. So those have been showing up on Walmart.com on occasion to get those minifigs, but I think I just want to go feel out and get one of each and be done with it because we want all those. But anyway, well, I'm sorry your order was delayed, but I'm glad you got it. Oh, let's show off. Can you show off? Yeah. Did she just do that?
Yeah.
Ooh. Look at that.
If you are not familiar with Sailor Moon,
That's an excellent share. I approve.
It's Sailor Pluto, who kind of looks like Cher, so with dark green hair.
Well done, Natalie.
Very good.
Good.
You're a dot artist.
Yeah, she is. That's amazing. So, all right, good to see you. All right, let's head to Matt. Matt, what's up, man? What's going on?
I'm sorting.
Really?
I placed the bricks and pieces order. That's my week.
Are we still betting that when you're sorted, then the stuff that shall not be named is going to show up? Is that still the bet?
So this is all that's between us and that shall be named. I got some white. I got some green. I got some black. And once that's put away, it'll show up on Dana's doorstep. I'm forecasting right now.
Hurry up.
Although
I've got a bin on the
floor on my
floor.
doorstep because it should wind up showing up on Drew's and Trish's doorstep. So
Okay.
That lug book better get here because I got a bin sitting right on the floor over there from the last lug bulk. So I need to put this new lug bulk in there and never touch it again.
It's your fault then. You're the one who needs to put your lug bulk away.
No, it's been that way for years. I got like the year before lug bulk in there too. But but this is where it is. And when I need those parts, I just go grab them because I don't want to shove them in a drawer because there's a lot of them. So,
oh my,
I don't know what that meant. All right,
I could store the orange spaceman at my house, Chris.
No, they are actually on the shelf over there, so that's okay. All right, Mr. Rudy, what is up in your world, man?
Not tons. I am working my way through a couple of Bricklink orders here to get a model together. So, working on converting the Disney train station into an actual full-on completed model instead of something with an open back. So that's where my brain's been for the last couple weeks since Brick Fair. So
cool. Are you in the post Brick Fair I don't want to build, or are you encouraged and ready to go?
I'm in the post Brick Fair kind of jumping up to build. So it's like I'm on a Brick Fair high, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that's
weird, which is weird for me because I usually take like a month or two off afterwards and go. So I'm just leaning into it.
Oh, good. I don't know who would. I mean, just a little side topic before we get around. How many of you have ever come back from a fest and like got the brick jam and started really building? Has anybody done that, or have you been like, I'm not touching bricks for a while? All right, Jeff has. That was your first one, though, right? Yeah, I was that way in my first one. I was like, oh, I'm going to come on and build, and I did. Yeah. From then on, it's like, I'm tired. I don't want to touch them.
I was going to say, I think the first Brick Fair that I participated at, or maybe the first Brick Fair I went to as a public day, I think I came home from that, and I was jazzed to build.
And then you got some good sense, and you're like, I'm tired. I don't want to do it. I understand.
Oh, yeah, because by the time I come home from Brick Fair on the Monday, that's Martin Luther King Day, I ain't doing crap.
I don't want to do anything. Yeah. All right. And again, let's hope that Rich is not here tonight, that his rumors are not true, that Brick Fair Alabama will continue. We want that to happen. All right.
I spoke to someone about that last weekend, and I might counter his rumor a little bit. So, which is good. So it's a rumor that's been countered. So the rumored rumor is also, I don't know if there's anything else. Probably not.
I'm even more confused by what you just said than before you said it.
Todd.
Yeah.
That kind of felt like the opening credits of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where the people in charge of sacking the credit people have been sacked, and that kind of stuff. So
That's true.
All right, good deal. All right, thanks, John. I'm excited to see the train station come to fruition. Let's go to Jeff. Which Jeff should we go to? All right, vote for the Canadian by putting your hand up. Vote for the Canadian by putting your hand up. Oh, we're going to the Canadian first. All right, the Canadian today. All right, what's up, man?
Not much. Busy week. I'm trying to start to lay out the castle a little bit here. Trying to figure out the dimensions. And last night, just before our stream, I realized that my original castle concept, which had these towers as 3 studs, which translates, if it's a 48 base plate, to 18 studs long, because it's 6. 1 stud is equal to 6. And then I realized that my towers that I currently have built are actually 24 studs, so that's 8 studs per stud. So this is now becoming a 6x6 48 by 48 base plate layout, and that scares the crap out of me because I only have about 20 base plates.
That's
Sounds like somebody needs to order some more base plates.
Yeah, and apparently they're on sale this week in Canada for like $12 a plate, so I might have to. But
I don't see the problem.
Sorry?
I don't see the problem.
Yeah, I know. You would. I was going to share my screen. Well, I'll just do this because I'm cheating. In the meantime, I'm in MLCAD right now, and I'm just trying to figure out the actual math. That's 4 48 base plates. And I'm just trying to get everything synced up just to see how big it's going to be. But I mean, that's going to be the inner keep, and I'll build the rest out from there and figure out how big to actually do it, I think. So, and I ended up picking up for you guys the $20, for us the $25 Lots of Dots set, which has 1,040 pieces.
We approve of that.
And I was looking at the contents, and it's like, wow, that's 1,040 pieces. Like I'm holding 1,040 pieces in my hand right now. But I mean, there's some nice colors in it. I mean, I like how they've done the bags kind of in different shades. So makes me want to buy another 10 of these and actually do a nice sort of it, but I'm not going to.
Size matters not, says Yoda.
Yeah. But did you ever think you'd buy 1,000 pieces and it would actually fit in something this big?
Price per part matters. That's what Yoda says.
There's other colors too. So.
Cool. Now that's not the one with the letters in it, right?
No, this is the cheaper of the two. The letter one I think is $50-ish or $40, something like that.
Oh wow.
But Bricks and Pieces, you can get the letters for less than $2 for the bag. So if you're going to buy letters, might as well do it that way.
Oh yeah, that's true. That would be cool.
Yep.
All right. Good deal. Thanks, man. All right. Let's just go ahead and knock out the other Jeff. All right. What's up, man?
What's for dinner?
Oh.
He's
You're
muted.
muted. You're still muted, dude. Your software muted.
There we go. All right.
Yep.
Better? Fantastic. Making sure that I got all that. Okay, so trying to figure out the last part of this mech. The good camera's off right now because I ran out of battery power. But just working on the cockpit canopy of it right now. So
Nice. Very cool.
I like the lobster shirt.
Thank you. It's my favorite. It's my new favorite shirt. So
Cool.
That's
awesome.
basically it. And found out that I will not be attending Brick Fair, Alabama. So
No.
yeah,
There's still time in your mind.
well, the thing is that Emily and I would really like to get married. And when you have to spend money on things that's not a wedding, that puts a damper on said wedding. So
Come and get married at Brick Fair, Alabama.
Yeah, totally.
Hey.
Really?
We'll build you an arch out of
We
Lego.
got
you
married
can
at the
walk-
Lego house.
Chris can officiate the ceremony.
That's right.
That's
They'll let
true.
you do it in Alabama. I got all my teeth. So
it's actually funny because I already spoke privately with Chris about that. And yeah, so
It could be a thing.
I don't think I can come to Oklahoma. So, well, as soon as we get a day nailed down, we'll do the talking thing. But yeah, it's we're just trying to save money and do all the things correctly and be adults.
Well, it is an adult fan of Lego Convention, and okay, well, get married then, and don't come hang out with us. So that's all.
Elope.
Actually, if I was to do it, if Victoria and I were to go back in time, we would have just gone to the Bahamas and got married on the beach and been done with it.
I do marry. I have done marriage counseling before, and one of the first things when we talk about finances and stuff, so like, here, I'm gonna give you. Nobody's taking me up on it, but here's the deal: I will come and do your elopement. This is how you do it, though. You figure out how much your wedding is going to cost. You go to the person paying for it and say, "If you'll give me half of that in cash, I will elope," and see if they take the bait. And then I'll come do your wedding.
After I had the traditional church and guest wedding, my mom goes, you know, if your sister had eloped, I would have been disappointed. But if you had done it, not so much. And I'm like,
What is that? My mother was ready to disown me if I eloped. She told me she wouldn't talk to me if I eloped.
I don't see how that's a problem. That would have been a win-win situation. Just saying.
We had 32 people at our wedding. We kept it small.
Amateurs.
Oh,
I know people who have 32 people in their wedding party. So
Yeah,
Our guest list was 200 freaking people. It was crazy. Granted, it was a great time, but I wouldn't do it again. We would totally go to the beach and just get married and elope.
I'm not one of those people that really like being the center of attention. So having 32 family members / close friends was.
There you go. Now you're the center of attention. There you go.
Close friends. We had people we barely knew.
Yeah, I think I was at your wedding. I didn't even know you.
I think you were. I didn't even know you then.
That's right.
Too many wedding crashers at Dana's wedding.
No. Well, actually, there was a couple, but no, this besides.
I'm gonna say people probably wanted to crash my wedding because it was at the Four Seasons, but it was so small. We were in such a small room, you couldn't crash it.
Oh.
But hey, as I was saying, I was pretty much forced to have this wedding, and I'm like, I'm not inviting a lot of people. Let's keep it
Was
small.
there a gun pointed at you or something?
We're in the South.
Pretty much. Apparently, me having a big wedding. I mean, if that's important to somebody, that's important to you. But if someone doesn't really want that, the flip side, it's not for them. So it just wasn't for me.
No, I get it. Mel,
I
Mel
actually
pretty
like
much.
going to big weddings and having fun at my cousin's big weddings. I just didn't.
You're like, look at all this money you're spending. I'll have another piece of cheesecake, thanks.
I was like,
And
I'll have another glass of champagne. Natalie will have 20 more pieces of cake, and we'll have fun dancing the night away.
that's right. It
I
is.
think
It is
I
all
barely
over it.
ate. I don't think I hardly ate anything at my own wedding because I was so busy going around, greeting people that attended.
We were actually glad we were one of the first forays of having like videographer, and it was really good because then we could actually stop and watch what happened because we were running around like chickens with our heads cut off. And yes, Chris, that's the second time I'm using that reference.
Oh well, we should have. All right, we have pondered offline, by the way, of having a phrase or word of the day, and have people in the chat guess it. And so we would put it in private chat, and we would just slip it into conversations multiple times and see who picks it out. And that person win a polybag. We may start that in a couple of weeks, but that would have been hilarious if it was chicken with a head cut off. That would have been the phrase of the day. So anyway,
yep, would have been good.
All right. While we're stopped there, ANIB Productions is here. I think I got that right. Andrew Sada is here. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining us and everything. And wedding. The one good thing about when we on our wedding is we had all our pictures done first, so we could get to our friends as quick as possible. Number two, we had them pack us food for when we left, and we ate in the car. So that was two smart things that we did, and everything. All right. So getting off of this topic, and let's go to the Alabamian. How you doing, man?
Hello. You got the rain and the wind that we got. It came over us. It was pretty rough.
Oh man, it was like lightning forever. It was amazing.
Yeah. So Natalie and her mother over there, Merida, were really kind and sent me some of those painted figures. And they're in a box at the moment, so I'm sorry, but they were really cool. And I'm going to see if I can share them.
Cool.
She printed a peach, or painted a peach, a Luigi, and a Mario. And because I know all of you love Friends, I made them.
Who
Friends.
doesn't love Friends?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and I have one of those Friends dot things, but now I saw the inside of it, John. I was like, no, I'm not going to open it. We're like 4, I think it was, or maybe it was Jeff that showed it. So I was going to sit here and sort it because I thought the bags would be already sorted by the color and it'd be an easy sort, but I didn't. And then I found a solution for your little stormtrooper head kind of. You can cut your Lego if you want to, but
don't say that. Don't hurt me.
If you just put the regular like Lego minifigure head, then you can kind of pose them, especially as a stormtrooper, as much as you like. Way more posable. So I vote do that rather than
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. But listen, at the end of last show, I shared this book, and then I was trying to be serious. I was trying to show my page of the cactus, right? And then it all went off on haywire. After the show, I was doing it because it's a really good book, the Lego Book of Masters. I built my Harry Potter wand with the technique that I got from the Book of Masters.
Nice.
Yeah, it really is packed with wonderful techniques. And then I built, I've got to get one piece changed. I built Luna's wand last night, sitting up here, piddling. I was trying to do something a little bit small. But So that's what I've been doing. And then now I'm looking at a bunch of sets over here. I thought I might sit here and build a set, but I don't want to. So I'm just going to sit here and piddle and watch the YouTube, I think.
So the Brick of Masters book, is it Lego Masters in Billund, or is it some of the contestants on the show putting stuff in there? I don't know.
I've seen them comment that they think it's some of the things like that they've got some of their tips in here, and there really are really good tips in here. I was really impressed. It helped me build these ones. I've been trying to figure out how to build them the way I wanted to, and it had that technique. So I was quite pleased.
But from folks on the show or from folks in Billund?
The people, y'all folks on the down show. Let's see, Lego and the Lego. I'm gonna imagine it's really Lego because I think the folks on the show are Fox Lego Masters, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the understanding of it. But I keep seeing them like they keep taking pictures of it and tagging themselves on Instagram and stuff. Like they may have written them. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe someone can find out. Moto.
Maybe the suggestions are from Puppet Will.
From Puppet Will. Will was brilliant. Yeah, I like that. So, anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting here with. I don't wear shirts much, but I got my Brick Mania Spitfire shirt, and then I've got the matching set to go with the shirt that I got in Virginia. This is the one I might make.
Nice. Very cool. Amazing stuff. Always. All right. Hey, Rich just jumped in. Rich, are you making deals in an office? Are you?
This is Rich
muted?
Entourage.
Yeah, this is Rich Entourage. Here I am in DC at the Marriott Marquis in my hotel room the night before AwesomeCon.
Oh,
Ooh, look at the lobby.
Oh, that's very cool.
The atrium.
What is that?
That is the lobby of the hotel.
Oh, it looks like the future.
It is the future. It's the future of AwesomeCon.
What
I
all
have
goes
my,
on at AwesomeCon?
Awesome
Well,
things.
Yes.
Chat is going to be here. The chat and Adam Savage and Doc Brown and Marty McFly. We're going to get this signed.
Is there a
Cool.
minimum level of awesomeness to attend?
There is if you spend as much as we did. We spent a whole bunch 2 years ago to go to the show for 2020, and it did not happen. So we missed out on an opportunity to get our money back. So we're going to have as much fun as we possibly can here this weekend.
Here's the big question. Are you cosplaying as John Denver?
Right?
Meredith, I'm glad you're my friend. Steve Ehrlich. No.
Are you sure?
Yes,
On
I'm
my shoulders. I've got to know what minifig is dangling out of your ear.
Oh, it's just a head. Just a head.
Yes. There it is.
Down. Here we go.
The last time I got that close to a picture of an ear, a SETI eel came out of it, and Kirk shot it with a phaser. So that's
I wouldn't eat rigatoni. I wouldn't eat rigatoni noodles for like years, years after that.
Every time my ear itches, I'm like, "Oh no, what's coming out?"
I may do a live Instagram thing here and there tomorrow and the next day. So if you're following me, be prepared to see some live stuff from the convention floor. You might even see some people. Who knows?
Cool.
Like, look, right there. It's blah blah blah.
I want to know why you're looking so disgusted.
Yeah, you look awful. Are you mad that you're not here?
It was like, oh my gosh, what is that? I mean, did you freeze frame his ear and you're just exploring it? I don't know what that.
Just fly up here, Meredith, for the day. It's probably $20 to get in. You can hang out with us.
All right, Mr.
Sadly,
Sandlin.
I have an office full of people to take care of, along
Okay.
with my 2 children,
Remote.
Natalie and Brian.
Just
Promoted.
ignore them all and come up to DC. Hang out with Linda.
Hello.
See? No problem.
Mr. Sandlin, what's up in your world, man?
Batman.
Woohoo!
I wants me one of those.
How
So,
did that go? Did you enjoy the build?
Yeah, it's cool. I just built this this evening, and it's pretty neat, and I like it. Got the spinning action. Woo!
Ooh.
So yeah, that was cool. Earlier today, I built Small Paul's Ninjago Red Fire Dragon, the recent set. But I will let him show that off next week on Thursday's show.
Cool. Yeah, I got that for Jake today too. While I was.
It's really cool. The wings fold like they kind of do that, fold back against the sort of thing.
Like
And-
Smog.
Smaug. Yes. Very cool. And yeah, I'll let Small Paul do Dragon of the Week when he's here next Thursday. But yeah, that's all I've done. I built the Batmobile, I built the Dragon. And I don't think I'm trying to think if there's anything left that hasn't been built. No. Just Small Paul has his pick-a-brick cup over there, so he's gonna
His tan.
make a tree.
Good idea. Had some more folks join in. Komakai Ken is here. Hello. Good to have you here. Alyssa has joined us. Good to have you here. Mr. Blue. I believe I said hello before, but hello yet again. So, all right. Let's go to Dana. Dana, what is up in your world, man?
So I've been doing more monochrome. So I think I started showing you guys this on Monday. So I finished this after the show. This is Dark Azure. Is it Azure? Azure? Azure, whatever. Azure. And then I started
in the south, that's called light blue. So
no, in Lego colors, we got lots more colors to call light blue versus this.
I know, but in the south, that's just light blue. That's all that is.
Yeah.
right
We
there.
got.
And this is also the same area of the world that if you ask for a Coke, they ask you what kind, and then you say, I'll have a Pepsi. So let's just move on from that, shall we?
And then you get kicked out of the restaurant. So
Yes. In my endeavor to create more monochrome figures, I went through and pulled up a bunch of minifigure parts and things from in my inventory and proceeded to make these additional figures.
cool.
But I got a little close to the dark side. I felt to the lust for power, so I brassoed. I brassoed a lot of those pieces to make them blanks. It was very satisfying. It was very satisfying.
Peter.
Yes, I know. But
Rich and I welcome you to the dark side, Dana.
well, I've cut base plates in half. I've taken sandpaper to Nexonite shields to do things.
I am not Catholic. This is not confession time. So continue.
Oh no, I'm not confessing. I'm liberating myself. However you want to call it. I'm not wearing pants. Let's just put it that way. I feel
Clean up when
comfortable.
you're done. Thank you very much.
But I do want to pass on. Everybody knows about using, either sandpaper and water, very, high grit, like 600 grit or more, or using Brasso, or using erasers. That takes a lot of elbow grease to use an eraser, but it will work. I think the Brasso is probably my favorite. No, Meredith, I did not use good ventilation. I'm killing as many brain cells as possible. It was good. But they were a little dull. The pieces were a little dull along with my brain cells afterwards. So I felt like I needed to do something more to it. And my Stormtrooper kit, it gets brushed on the side from my holster, and you bump into things and you get little scuffs. And so everybody recommends using Novus plastic polish. And I was like, well, PVC, ABS, XYZ. I figured this would all work the same. So I went ahead and used it on the figure, and it got a nice little shine back to it.
Oh.
So if you do brave down the dark path and scratch up your minifigures to take decals off or printing off, I recommend Novus. It usually comes in a 3-in-1 kit. There's 3 different levels. One's for heavy scratches is the green which I think I'm actually have to use on the dark red one because it got a little. There was a lot of printing on that one, so I might have gotten a little aggressive. So I think I'm gonna do that with that. But yeah, it worked fantastic. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Regardless of whether there are people all over the world rolling in their graves because people are taking off the printing of Lego. But if Lego would make all the pieces print free, we wouldn't have to do this, right?
Yes, you want more stickers for minifigs. We hear you. I got you.
No, I just want more parts without printing and parts with printing. Give me both.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
Exactly. I'm actually working this evening, as you can see behind me. I have tan, so I'm working on my tan piece.
Nice.
I went with some really wacky greebling on the inside there. It's kind of like an Aztec-y kind of thing. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going with that.
That's how we called it.
Like a droid parts shop.
I don't know. John said something, and then Meredith said something. I'm confused.
I said it looks like a droid's part shop.
It could, but when I put the minifigure in there with his fedora, it will feel very more Indiana Jones-ish. Potentially.
Cool.
Granted, he'll have a katana as opposed to a whip, but you do with what you can. So
yeah, you've already screwed up enough Brasso and stuff, so continue.
I was saying that I liked how you called ABS ABC.
Exactly. Well, that's why I threw the XYZ in there. Throw out all the acronyms you can think of for plastic. You'll cover them eventually.
He will mention shafts momentarily, but anyway, go ahead.
So I think that's all the destruction of mankind that I've done for the week. So we might as well go to a long overdue episode. Chris?
Yes?
Share screen. Oh, great brick set of the week.
So
you guys. This week's All Great Brick set of the week is 483-1 Alpha Rocket Base, or depending on what place in the world you were from, the 920-2 Rocket Pad Launcher.
Oh,
I built that so many times.
that is the first space Lego set I ever saw in person.
Oh, wow. This was my coveted set. This was I want to get this set so bad because I don't know why, but I had a fascination with those faucet handles. I don't know what it was, but that's what it, and the rubber hoses. If I had a rubber hose,
so much.
That was my first Lego set in 1980. I got it for my birthday.
Nice. Lots of nostalgia going for this bad boy here. Lego Theme Space, 1979 is when it came out. 186 pieces, which seems like such a few amount of parts for that set. You got 3 minifigures, which is awesome. Retail price, 20 freaking bucks.
Right.
Can you believe that? Oh,
Right.
Give me a time machine. I'll go back and grab 100 copies of that. Used price today will run you about 130 bucks out of the box. If you can find one in the box, it's going to run you a little more than the used price. Actually, if you can even find one in the box, that's the better question. Why is it cool? Crater plate, first and foremost. I mean, come on. I mean, that's got to be the first thing that stands out for anybody is that you want a crater plate. That was the set to get it in for. Rubber hoses, like I said, one of my favorite lines from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. If I had a rubber hose, transparent yellow plate. I mean, talk about gold at that time. I mean, literally bank for that plate in that set. Fantastic. I still Jones for transparent plates today. I mean, most of the new colors, you only get a 1x2 or a 1x1. You don't get anything bigger. And then, of course, the coveted inverted computer slopes that were also in that set. Lots of great printing on all the pieces in that set. Just a trove of great pieces all the way across the board. So again, this week's All Great Brick set of the week is 4831 Alpha 1 Rocket Base, or if you grew up in another country, 920-2 Rocket Launch.
I will tell you the best part of that. When I saw that, I guess I was 9. I went to my friend Mark Shirley's house, and that radar dish on the top was mind-boggling, and I have many copies of it because it was No, I mean, when I build a radar dish, they all look like this because it's cool. It was kind of a laser thing, but if you look at this though, number one, it's in 1970 whatever, 1980, 79, 80. This is gray. You didn't have gray pieces, and it didn't have the trans-green laser, which was the Death Star, right? I mean, that's But then you have
DirecTV.
You have and you got the snot and the greebling kind of thing going on here, and this thing spinning around. This was the coolest thing I'd ever seen, and I still love it. It brings me back to that day walking in my friend's room, and he's got that little base sitting there. He's like, "Let's go outside." I'm like, "Nope." I flopped down right by there, and all day I was all about that. So yeah, that's a great set, super great. All right,
came over to play with me.
No, I can't. And then he stopped inviting. We used to were friends and stuff like that, but he wanted to come to my house. I'm like, hey, can I come to your house and play with your Lego? That'd be great. So anyway,
so I popped the $20 into an inflation calculator. In today's dollars, $20 would be $66.26. So that's $66 for 183 pieces. Is kind of pricey, actually.
Yeah, that is actually true because the $20 then is definitely was still expensive, even for that piece count. So
you could get the Galaxy Explorer sold for $25. I mean,
but again, today that would be close to $80, wouldn't it?
100.
That's worth it. $80 for a Galaxy Explorer? Yes.
Go to 100.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about how expensive Lego is today, but translated up, it was pretty expensive. But play value on that set right there, I mean, and the ease of build and rebuild and everything, super amazing. All right, so we want to get to our topic. We've got about 24 minutes to talk about that before the hour is up. How many of you have actually won at a convention a bricky or whatever? How many? Okay, Meredith's showing hers off, so I've got some.
Natalie lost the top of this one at show and tell. Martin has like 20 somewhere.
Yeah, this one, Steve Witt. This is the first one I ever won. Is Steve Witt built this spaceship on it, and then it broke, and so I just stuck a couple of goats on there. So anyway, but yeah, I've got 3 brickies, and I've got some Brick Fair 2003 awards and everything like that. Anybody else? I mean, I know, Martin, you've got quite a few.
Yeah, this year's one actually was missing pieces in the building.
Martin's like, hold my beer, hold on.
No,
he pulls out the bin of.
I like these. I do keep these, all the name tags and stuff. And I got a Brick World one. That's not in it. I had to pay for it. Right? It's not my Brick World one. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my name tags and stuff too. All right, so how many of you have gone to a convention and like, dude, I think I'm gonna win something this year, and you didn't, and you were a little disappointed by it? I mean, you ever done that before? Yeah. All right.
I never expect to win anything, so that way I'm not disappointed when I don't.
I'm still sour over that. We call it the Stargate.
All right, tell us about that. So you were going there. You were like pumped. You're going to win the
Endgame just came out. I made a whole Avengers themed GBC, and I lost to a Stargate. It's okay. I was nominated. I just didn't get the popular vote.
Isn't it just enough to be nominated?
It is. It was nice to be nominated again. I'd only been building GBCs for like 6 months, so I guess that's nice. And there's people there that hadn't been building GBCs forever who hadn't been nominated. So yes, that was nice. But I'm competitive, I guess. Sometimes I can't rein it in.
So, and now I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, I heard a lot through the channels and stuff that there was some controversy at Brick Fair Virginia over nominations and winnings. Is that correct? Does anybody, like, something was supposed to get nominated, it didn't, or something was going to get nominated in multiple categories and then didn't get a nomination at all, or something like that? Does anybody know about that?
There always is, right? Like it's a constant drama center. It's like it's just. Well, I was one of the staff pick nominators this year, and like I couldn't vote until after I had nominated my staff pick. So I couldn't vote for regular brickies until I'd done my work on the end. But then, like, to get in and vote or even see if stuff had been nominated, I had to nominate something. So I was nominating stuff before I knew if it had hit other categories, right? So luckily the thing I nominated hadn't hit another category, so I was spreading the love. But potentially, you could have staff pick and 2 other categories go to somebody versus kind of spreading it around. So there's always something weird, right? Like it's supposed to be about fun, not about I'm better than you.
Yeah.
But
and I think and John, I didn't get to talk to you at Virginia. I didn't even know you were there. I'm so sorry.
That's how big the event is, right?
I know. I did hang out with Rich though.
He talked about how he snubbed you. I'm talking
Yeah.
Well, so Chris, you make that point. If there's the forum that I think some of us probably end up on, and you see it, and I think I put that to bed on Sunday night because I hadn't read any of it, and it's just with anything, it's people saying stuff which they don't really know and don't know the insight into, and it's probably born out of someone maybe got a little frustrated, and that happens, I think. But I think I wish I'd read it sooner because I was able to put it to bed. So no one responded to my comment.
I do know that certain organizers, it is the worst. Like the organizer of the convention is like, man, it is a ball of stress for them. And they're worried about it leaving a sour taste in people's mouth. They've even considered, would it be okay if you went to a convention and they didn't do awards? Would you still go and be motivated?
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
And winning an award is nice, but that's not why I go to conventions.
Yeah.
Did it this weekend there's no awards, and it was actually kind of nice, right? In a sense. But then I also like that they're there because I remember when I first started going, and I shared some stuff on Instagram. I was like, "Oh, look at all these!" And I didn't even know what the awards were my first time, and I was like, "Oh, I'd love to win one of those. That would be nice." And so I try to work towards it and up my skills a little bit and game. So there was a benefit there at that time at the stage I was in. So I see both sides.
Yeah, I mean, it does motivate like the new people or a new builder to step it up. And maybe that would be a limitation. You have to, you can only win a Bricky if it's your first or second year, maybe, or something like that, maybe.
I kind of like it.
Or if you've won or in a specific category, you can't win in that category again. That would be another good thing. It doesn't prevent you from winning any. It just prevents you from winning one in that category.
That wouldn't hold back.
But I won staff favorite.
oh my God!
No longer allowed to be a staff favorite.
All right, go with that. Pink Bills first.
Yeah. So the problem is that I won staff favorite, which is kind of a catch-all. We really liked your build. Versus, I also won littlest thing for a small mini mock, which I had no idea I ever got nominated for that. Which, by all means, I'll be fine with not winning that award again.
The thing is if you go with that plan, it does force builders to stretch out their retinue, their different things that they build. So they have to go into different genres. If they're get a train in town bricky, they have to go into space or GBC or whatever.
Yeah, and I love that comical Ken is like the bricky design isn't that hard to reverse engineer, right? So if you want to make yourself one, brick linking it for like the $5 of parts is not that hard. But the thing for me is that I want to make sure that the thing I lose against is worth losing against. That's always the part that I'm like Meredith, it's like yours, you lost against that.
It was a good adversary. Exactly. It was a good adversary.
You lost versus a really cool Stargate, right? Like, but there are some years where I'm like, I poured my heart and soul into this, and then there was this comical mock, right, that ended up winning best train car or best train engine, and you're just like, what? There were so many other great stuff besides mine even at the event.
Yeah,
that could have gotten that.
Maybe
right? Like,
something like maybe a dinosaur train or something like that.
Yeah, okay. I gotta admit, one of the last Bricky I won, it was in 2015, and I won it for the theme was love, the best. So I got the best love thing, and what I built was a space logo like this with a heart around it, or the thing, and it's about as big as the Bricky. And in fact, when this was sitting on the table, they thought this is what actually I had won, and they were looking for what won. But the bad thing is this very nice lady from Alabama. I don't know if she's even building anymore. And it's not because of me, but she had built the Heartbreak Hotel, this big layout it had neon on it and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, and this got more votes. I felt so bad for her. I really did. And I was not jonesing for it. This was like built 20 minutes before leaving for the con or whatever. And I mean, I appreciate the votes, but she poured a lot of love, effort, and stuff into it. And then I have this, thing that I like. I've kept it because it's kind of neat, but it didn't take me a lot of time. There's not a ton of passion poured into that, but it won. So, I mean, I guess that's fair, but I mean, then there's a little bit of, and I hate that kind of feeling that somebody got.
Hey, Chris.
Stuff like
It's
that.
always a bit of a gamble.
The mock that won best littlest thing was just like a 16 by 16 minifig vignette. You beat that I recycled it from the lug. It was one of the lug challenges. I had made the sushi chef for Ninjago. You had a space thing. I think it was the creature coming out from the rocks, grabbing people.
Yeah.
You won the lug vote on that one over mine.
But yet hers won a Bricky.
Well, they didn't go that year. So
I told Chris for the once that if he submitted his space grab to ideas, I would buy that set. I think it's awesome, and I think it's actually very saleable. But
it's true. He has said this repeatedly.
I understand that. All right. So go ahead.
For me, one of the ideas I've had is like, if I'm not happy with how Brickies are going, or whatever event I'm at, right? Like, I can always build my own awards and give them out if I want to, and like to the point that I've like gotten together with a couple friends and been like, do we want to do this? Kind of do stealth awarding, because I think that there's some value in that too, just to kind of correct the course, but also just spread love, right? Like,
so are you saying to create your own award show?
Yeah, pretty much. No.
No. I'm not laughing at you, because I think, and Matthew, correct me in how this worked, but you had Susan.
Yeah.
She came and left you. So in essence, you kind of got a fan favorite from a recognized builder.
And that it was nice. It was really nice that she left it. I didn't even realize she'd left it until she walked away, because she just placed it in front of it. And then I walked around. I was like, "What's this?" And I picked it up and it had a signature on it. I was like, "Oh, nice."
Yeah. Did it have her phone number on it? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
I'm taking, Chris. I'm taking.
I came up to my models, on Sunday morning, and one of the displayers, the other end of the tables, had left the Mickey Mouse minifig, and with a note on it that said, "Thank you so much for spending time with me, talking about how you built this, and this. I know you've probably got 7 million of these, but I just wanted to." And he gave it to me, and it has, and he signed a 1x4 tile too. So it's like it means so much, right? To have those kind of little things. To me, that's really why Bricky matters. The award matters, is that the votes are shows of love. And so if you can create that in other ways, I think that could really make it special and powerful.
You have sold me. I am going to do that in the future, because I think that, when Matthew told me that what happened, I was like, if you had won a Bricky, that'd have been cool. But getting someone's personalized, you're awesome thing, I think is so much cooler.
I mean, it's Nick. Why would I take an award from Nick? I mean, I don't know where it's been.
Is it really an award?
Is it covered in brown paper bag?
Just because he gives it to you doesn't make it an award.
Wait,
It wasn't a giant lamp in the front window, was it? No.
I think he wrote his
It's a
signature on a
major
piece of
award.
paper and then wadded it up in a little ball.
So I'm in agreement with that. Like I saw some of those things. Now I didn't like the Jack Stone figures. It's like those were annoying. That was someone having a bit of a joke. But even thinking, so I've seen it. The groups in Texas that come to Brick Fair, Alabama, they'll often bring like a tech slug, and I've seen them put them out. Seen some other people do it as well. And I think maybe if you think, hey, peach lug or whatever your lug is that you're in right now, or old grey bricks, and maybe think what can our criteria be and how do you celebrate people? Because the thing about brick is we're never going to change a thing around it, right? It's not going to change.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that category about newbies. It's like how can we then maybe ask for change and have something that's sitting there for the newbies? So Alabama has inspirational, most iconic, most overlooked, or tragically overlooked, and then something else. I forget what it was. But that means it's only 4 categories, right? So how could you change those categories each year? Because when I build, right, I'm normally building something big and it's iconic, and it's like, okay. And I actually really enjoyed the year when I won that space thing or the theme, and I was challenged to build in the theme, and that challenged me to do it. But I'm in agreement of saying, hey, you win this award once, that's it, right? And if you want to win another one, you got to go work hard to win it in a different theme. I'm full agreement of that. But John, I love your idea. But it might be like, hey, okay, well maybe this group of people are going to recognize the people who we know turned up first, right? It's the first show, and we're going to recognize them. It's just that appreciation of love for each other.
Yeah, that would be good, especially for folks who are, or maybe if you could identify those who are at a con that have won brickies before, and then somehow provide them a list of newbies that are their first time, and have those people go and drop a hey, good job kind of thing, or this is amazing, or just even a pair of eyes that say I saw you or something like that would be really cool. In a way.
I have a lot of eyes.
we don't want those. But I'll be honest with you. I think the thing that and I've had it happen, and I know you may have, is when somebody like Abner, who's been to every show, takes a picture of your stuff and throws it on Facebook or on the AFOL groups to say, hey, this was at Brick Fair. And you're like, oh, hey, that's my thing. You actually get a lot more. There's the eyeballs. Look at those are gloriously donated to you by your plug. Don't be making fun.
I'll trade them for $5.
But that would be that's a great way to spread the love. When you see something really neat, to quickly take a picture, post it to your social media, and say, look at this little thing I saw, or this very cool thing, and everything. Especially if it's somebody that you've never met, or somebody that's new, and everything like that. So
that happened with Magnus. I mean, I took a picture of him and just posted it, and it got picked up on all the Joe forums. And I don't know anything about Joe forums, but he was like, thanks, I'm getting all this love from G.I. Joe people from this, the picture you just post on Facebook. And I was like, awesome, dude.
Yeah, he should.
Great.
So at our event that we used to do, BrickFit, coincidentally, I do have 2 awards from BrickFit, but they're not for mocks, they're for a challenge and the community award, because I was one of the organizers. But at BrickFit, Janie would give everybody like a strip of 10 little round circles, stickers. And you would walk around and pick up someone's mock card, and you put the sticker on the back if you liked it.
Oh.
So because not everybody could have written an award, and I mean at Brick Fair it's the same, it's even worse, right? If you have like 900 attendees at Brick World or at Brick Fair, Virginia, you can't expect to win anything, right? But at least that way, at the end of the weekend, when you pick up your mock card and you're flipping it over, it's like, hey, people actually like this, right? So
that's cool. I like that.
It was a good way, and I mean, the more dots you had, the better it was, right? If you only had 1 or 2 dots, then that mock gets destroyed. Simple as that.
I got something simple. I got another thing to say simple here, and I can't remember the guy's name, but and one of you might actually remember who he is, and you can jog my memory because I'm horrible with names. But he's the guy who created all the little mechs using the planets. What's that?
Was it Simon? I just go Max. I go Simon on that one. I'm like, okay, I'll sit down.
But it's the little. He used the planets from Star Wars as the center for all his mechs. You know who I'm talking about?
Eric. Yeah, Eric.
Okay, all right.
My house for my Lego room. Yeah.
Anyway,
it was Bill, we know, or Steve, or Jeff, or
anyway,
Nathan.
The second year, I think it was the second or third year I was at Brick Fair, Alabama, he actually stopped and stopped me and said, "Hey, you know what? I just wanted to tell you that the level of builds that you brought this year compared to the years before are a step above." And he just wanted to compliment me on seeing my builds progress from one year to the next. It's sad that I don't remember his name. That's probably him. Yep, that's there it is.
This is Eric. He bought my house for my Lego room.
Okay.
Before I listed it, he's like, "I want it for your Lego room."
Okay. And that moment, even though I don't remember his name, I will always remember that moment because it was unsolicited, and it was, you know, somebody coming and telling me, "Hey, I appreciate that how your builds are doing and what they're doing," and that meant a lot to me as a builder, more so than if I'd won a Bricky or not. Just someone taking that moment to make a point and saying, "Hey," you know.
How do they rate the mocks in those conventions?
I would like to point out that my child keeps on getting more bricks because she's a cute kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She has a vintage Beyond the Brick one, and the brothers are like, "Where did you get that?" And I'm like, "Someone gave it to her because we haven't been to this many conventions. People just keep giving her bricks."
Do we need to have the episode about female Lego enthusiasts getting more love than male Lego enthusiasts?
No,
we could do an hour on that, I'm sure.
This is called Cute Kid. But what's really funny, going back to the stickers, there was somebody in Conlug. I don't know their names. They came by and they really liked the Avengers ball game. And they stuck their Conlug brick on it.
Nice.
They said, "We really like it. Here's a Conlug brick," and they put it on it. And they were going around and doing that to other mocks that they like, just to, you know, "Hey, here's a free brick from our lug."
But that's cool.
Wait, what you got?
So I've got these printed off to do just that, right? The next one, to have a little bit of brick snaps and then some little words on there. So something I appreciate it at the end of the day. Go ahead and stick it on there.
That's cool.
There we go.
And I'm done.
Martin, I'm glad we started this conversation last week.
Yeah, sorry it went a long time as well. I think I got in a soapbox, and it got born out of that conversation that Chris talked about, right?
Yep.
When there was that thing, I was like, "This is," and Dana, it's trying to find some way to inspire people, different ways. Can I make a sidebar? I've never made my badge properly, so I'm digging through, and I've just found 2 Ewoks from the first year I did an Ewok village sitting in here. So.
If you're serious, your badge has Technic.
Sorry?
What?
If you're serious, your badge has a Technic. And
if you're hardcore, your badge has Technic.
Hardcore.
You know you've been to a lot of cons when?
That's the GBC.
She hasn't been to a lot of cons. That's the thing. She keeps getting gifted all these.
She's conning people at con. That's what she's.
No, she's a cute little girl. I mean, I guarantee you that if she was a cute little boy, she'd have half the number of bricks that she does because she's a cute little girl.
She's a cute
it's
kid.
sexist, I know, but it's true.
It's true. Well, you know what? This actually
you're observing sexism, Dana. There, you're not perpetrating it there.
Clarification.
That's an iffy comment, but still.
You know, I will say that it does actually make the point. Hey, there's Ant Bandit. Hey, doing, man? It makes the point is when you go to a convention, and I understand with COVID things are different. When you go to a convention, get out from behind your table, go look at stuff, and go talk to other builders and encourage them. Because when you're sitting there just expecting people to come look at your stuff, you'll get a few. But if we don't go around and we don't encourage and we don't build somebody up and encourage them, like I said, the people coming by and saying, "Hey, this is neat," is a lot better than the statue coming home and everything. So there again, I think having the standard and something to aspire to win one is cool. And if you just happen to win one by accident, that's cool too. But the most important thing to do is go and meet new builders and compliment them, and make it a point to be intentional to find that new person that built something pretty neat, and pour some encouragement into them, because it could make a world of difference in everything.
Do you know who was my theme leader at my first brick fair?
Oh, was it him? Oh no. Oh no, I was the one that nominated you for your win for your first brick fair.
But he was my theme leader. I'm like, where do I set up? What do I do?
That's exactly how he spoke as well. I said, "Sit here, lady.
Yes.
Sit here." Was that the year where we were right next to the bounce house?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yeah, because it was really
Mark
loud.
and Stephen, I pushed them around the corner and they were so polite about it. And they stayed in the bounce house the whole time.
If you
there's no room, you're going over there.
If you would have put Mark and Steven and their mock in the bounce house, they would have been polite to you. Oh, that's great, sir. Yes, sir. And they would have gone on in. And
It's sad but true. It's sad but true.
And there was the 13-year-old redhead teenager
Corey.
who was trying to like finish his mop, and there's this giant mountain, and he's trying to like snot it and put more like slope stuff. I'm like, this is giving me an anxiety attack.
So that is full circle. That's Corey. That's the boy I sat on the floor with and helped him build, got to know his mum, chatted, everything. He disappeared and I'm still building, just chatting to his mum. He's the one who was up against me for Castle in Virginia. And I saw his mum on the way out. She'd rented a truck and I want to rent a truck. And she's like, well, we're kind of hoping that you didn't win. And that's when it hit me. I was like, this kid's 16, 17 years old. He's done good. And I don't need to be in the same sandbox. And so I felt bad because he'd done a good job and he'd made the effort. But I think he'll also fight back as well, and bring more next year. But that was full circle there, Meredith.
To be fair, though, Brick Fair in general has always been described by its creator as an adult fan of Lego event, and not necessarily for kids, although we are there to inspire kids. And I don't know if you went through it. Theme leaders nominate people in their theme, and then everybody votes if they can vote, if they want to vote. So it's a bit of a tough nut to crack in the idea that you want to encourage young builders and people who want to get into the hobby and not crush their dreams.
Can I throw a racing kind of analogy out here? Back when I would actually do amateur autocross, we actually made a separate class for the people that were serious business about it, and it was called Pro Class. And if you had won any level of national level competition, you didn't compete local level in the regular classes. You were in an index pro class. Yeah. And that's just to invite the competition of the newer folks and the people that didn't have a level of preparation on their cars, but to still have a level of competition on the people who obviously were a little bit more seasoned, to still have that competition to push each other.
Well, if you cut our show on Wednesday or on Tuesday after Lego Masters, we had Mark and Chris on, and I brought this, Mark and Steven on, and I brought this conversation up, and Steven was like, you know what? Yeah, I can see not putting myself in for judging anymore, having been on Lego Masters, because that alone puts you in a different class. But at the same time, Mark's like, oh no, I'm not done competing.
There should be like a pro class. Like if you've won like one or more brickies, you can only be in like the overall pro class. I mean, they do it in different levels of racing. It's not just autocross. They do it at INSA, where like they have, let's just say the actual drivers who've moved up versus the people who are kind of trust fund drivers who they're in GT, and then the pro people are in pro GT.
There's two things that are wrong with this. It's a great idea. I'm not going to say it's not a good idea, but number one, not everybody is a theme leader consistently, so they don't know all the people who are coming and who have had bricking before, even though they've not maybe.
That would
It's on the
technically,
registration.
that would be handled
Number
by
two.
the IT department. That would be done by the database and classifications of when you register
And
your
Todd
mocks.
would think that was too complicated to.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I know.
So that's the bigger one.
An amateur
although it's a
autocrossing
great
is on
idea,
your honor.
It's a great idea, and I appreciate that kind of level of thinking. It's just that Todd will never do it.
It would have to be from the community inside to do it, to make that kind of thing. And that comes back to where Martin was saying, he's won the accolades. He wants to make it available for somebody else who deserves it, who's newer, who hasn't won anything, to keep them motivated. And again, that's the drive of this, is to try and keep people appreciative of the builds they're doing going forward. In some way, there's probably no real good answer for this, but it's just a discussion to put it out there for people to think about.
Well, and it's learning from someone who's already decided they're going to do that example, which was Dan from Brickmania. Yeah. And the way he did it, he just didn't register as mock. But still, as someone who's nominating, I'm trying to nominate it. I'm like, what's wrong? Because I'm thinking it's the IT with Brick Fair, something's
right.
And so I'm trying to message. But he set the example. And I'm pretty sure he's probably not the only one who's there. And that's one of the easiest ways if we want to. No one has to either.
Right.
But I do like the idea of pro class. Because then, however that is, or whatever it is, right? Then it gives someone else something else to aspire to. Like, oh, I want to get to that level to some degree. But then, if you're there, you have that responsibility also to do something, right? So you get there and then you assign responsibility. It's like stuff we do at work, right? When we go to certain levels of my team, will be senior executive, where you get that level because of the work you've done, but you have responsibilities now with that.
I'm totally behind setting another classification to pit Martin and the Ericksons together on a competition that the fans vote. It's not the staff.
Let's be clear. I have more than them combined. And oh no! Are you watching Mark and Steven?
Don't worry. They looked at you as the man to beat. They were very adamant about the fact that they don't feel that they're on your class. I just want to point that out.
Well, I've just stepped out so they can win. My mum always said, let other people win so they come back and keep playing. And it's...
As far as winning anything at a convention goes at this point in time, for me, I've already won because I'm old enough to be one of the people who wished that there was a Lego community, that I could go visit my friends and hang out with them fairly regularly and exchange ideas and play with my stuff with them, and I could play with their stuff and have a good time. So I know it sounds corny, but I've already won. I won 20 years ago when I got together with Wamalug, and then we subsequently made Brickfest. Ding, I win.
Warm fuzzy, Rich.
You won.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, guys, we need to go ahead and start closing it down. But when we do get to go to cons, and please wear a freaking mask so I can go to Brick Fair, Alabama.
Go get your vaccination too.
Yes.
Gosh darn it.
Yes, get your shots, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to get the booster, dadgummit, just because I need to. I have immunity issues because of cancer and stuff. So do my best to take care of me, take care of my family. But if I miss a con because of this, I'm going to sit here and not talk about it. Anyway, the camaraderie we have here is akin to the camaraderie and the fun that we have at festivals and cons when we get together. And it's awesome that the last one that I know some of these folks in this room went to, you got to meet each other face to face and build some friendships and relationships. And I've got a badge I got Brickfest 2002 badge right here, and I met folks there that I still know today. So it's amazing to go and amazing to hang out. But whether you win a reward or not is the awesome part is to go hang out and compliment. And I think that the idea. I really like the idea of taking something personalized and blessing somebody for what they give. It would even be a neat thing if you ever developed a con to have that as part of your bag instead of getting bingo tiles, to have like a superstar sticker or something to go and take. But also just something you could write your name on, or even subscribe to your name and say, I just thought this was great and I wanted you to know, and a way to collect those things. That would be amazing.
I'm thinking printed 2x2 rounds. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking you need to print those and give them to me. That would be great. So
no, you'll get one on a mock that I like. Maybe.
Or we could do like we do in our lug and vote with puppies. We could just give puppies out. That
We
would
do
be
do
great.
puppies. We do puppies. Or we
I
could
could
always
give
give
reject hand painted friends ones that I don't want.
Well,
Here's the crap I messed
my
up.
logo, the logo for my stores round, I'm going to get a bunch of 2x2 tiles made up and just start passing those out.
That's cool. All right, guys.
I like
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here tonight. We need to go ahead and bail. Go get your shot. Be kind to your neighbor. Wear a mask. Even right now with you, I've got 2 shots in, but I'm wearing my mask just to help folks out and also to protect me and my family. Be kind. Be nice. Go check out Boone. I'm pretty sure his show is already 10 minutes and 42 seconds in. So leave here. Go right over there and tell them we sent you. Y'all have a great night. Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.